I love going out to eat. New foods, new combinations, new experiences. If it's something new and interesting to try, I am in. But I will tell you another fun thing about me. I can get very overwhelmed with the menu very quickly, especially when there's a lot of options and choices. I want to try everything. So if I ever get the option of a server who is there to guide me, it is brilliant. And I love that. And it got me to thinking, that server is doing product discovery. I know. Let me tell you what I mean. So I went out to dinner recently, and of course, like usual, there were so many great options. I wanted to order one of everything, and it hit me. A good server will guide a patron through the menu and food choice the same way a good product team will lead a client through product discovery and building. So for example, there's a lot of servers that might just come in and go, hey, what can I get for you? Again, perfectly friendly, very kind, fantastic folks. You say, I want to get X. They bring you X, you eat X, you have a good time in a discussion. That's the same as the client who walks into a product team and says, hey, I want to build a website. And I want to build a website that does XYZ. The team then builds XYZ, delivers XYZ, and the client is very happy. Straightforward. But sometimes you get folks like me who want to try everything, or who might not know exactly how this works, or the way that you talk about frisee here may not be the way you're talking about frisee here. So what does that look like? And so you then get a server who will talk you through some of those options. And that's no different than having a client that comes in and says, well, I want to build something, but maybe I want a website, or maybe I want a database, or maybe an app, or I've heard about those agent things, maybe an agent. And just the choices themselves are overwhelming. And if you try to build off of that, you're going to end up chasing your tail because you really don't know what to build the client to make them happy. So going back to our food analogy, a good server would say, well, based on what I like, here are some things that might be good for you. Based on what a lot of people order, what's most popular, you might want to order this. Or a server might start asking you questions. What are you interested in? Do you have a favorite type of food, a favorite flavor? Do you have anything you're allergic to? What seems to be interesting? What have you had recently that you don't want to have again? So that way they can help narrow down those options. And for me and your client, once you narrow things down to 2 or 3 options, it's a heck of a lot easier to make that decision than it is to have 12 options. And that's what product discovery does. You come into the client and you can give them that same grouping of options based on what other clients have done previously that are similar to theirs, based on previous projects that you've worked on. And here's some recommendations, or even what are some things you want to make sure it doesn't do, or you want to make sure that you avoid. Knowing those things and then presenting a smaller number of options to the client helps them pick out what exactly they want. You deliver it and they are happy because y'all work together as partners along the way to deliver it. Now, continuing said analogy, when the servers come back and make sure that you've had a few bites, you finished your meal, did you like it? Can I get you anything else? Would you like any other changes along the way? That's still no different than working with a product team. After you have delivered the product, you can go back and check to make sure the client is happy. See if they need or want anything else, an upsell, if you will, or, if there's any other things that you can do for them. So not only have you made sure that the client was happy, you've also now collected an additional data point so that you can then speak to future clients, just like a server has now collected an extra data point so they can help future patrons. So you would think that they wouldn't follow the same process, but they do. Discovery, adjustments, delivery, checking back in, more adjustments along the way. That's a standard product cycle and also a standard serving cycle, apparently. So it's interesting to see that a good waiter has been running a product playbook the whole time. Although I'll expect that sometimes their tips are better than some of the budgets we as product teams get to work with. So, wrapping up, if you are working with a client and you're not sure what they want, give them a couple of options to reflect off of. And once you give them a couple of options to reflect off of, then you can adjust and move along the way. And those smaller adjustments will be so much easier for you and your team versus starting ahead on the project, not knowing exactly what you want, and then having to come all the way back to fix it. New videos, published weekly. Semi-polished, but definitely in public. And if any of this was useful, there is a link below for a free conversation. No pitching. Let's talk soon.